Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. Happy Monday, or not so happy Monday, depending on how this announcement goes at 8 o'clock. But I was about to frame this. It's a sort of project share and a sort of not. But also I wanted to share kind of my goals for this year with you. And I thought I'd just kind of combine, so rather than me just talk to the floor and you just see my table, I thought I would craft while I'm here. So if you'll remember, I did a D-Stash swap with Kaj, or Caroline, who's Kaj Crafts here on YouTube, and one of the things she sent me was a diamond art kit, which I did film and put on my channel a while ago, and I've decided to frame it for my nan. So that's what I'm going to be doing while I'm waffling to you, because it just felt a little bit sterile not to be doing something while I'm talking. So I'm just, please excuse my really old Stanley blade. It's actually my dad's, but I can't find my craft knives. So while I'm cutting this, my New Year's resolutions, no, they're not actually. They're not New Year's resolutions this year. They're my goals for 2021. So I'm just going to talk you through them. My very first one is a bit of a personal joke, if I'm honest. It's no smoking. I actually gave up smoking 5 years ago now. It'll be 5 years next week, I think. But it's just become a running joke now. Every time Matt asks me what my New Year's resolution is, I tell him I'm going to give up smoking, but obviously I already have. But number one is no smoking. I'm going to maintain that this year. That's a very easy goal to achieve, I believe. Well, for me it will be this year. My next one I actually already mentioned to you, and these aren't in any particular order, by the way. I actually already mentioned my next goal to you if you watched my book club video last week, I think it was. No, at the beginning of this, whenever it was, 1st of January I uploaded it, I think. I want to read more. I love to read. I have done the book club videos for a while now, and then I had a bit of a gap with them because I just wasn't reading, because term time was just insane at school. This one's kind of a bit wonky, this one. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to fit in a little bit more reading this term. I also have some academic books to read as well, not just sort of fiction books. I've got some things to read for school, so I'll try and fit those in as well. My next one is to kind of use up what we have, and I think I mentioned this in our empties video. Matt and I have made sure that we've got quite a nice little stockpile, especially with all the lockdowns that we've experienced this year and where we moved this year. We'd bought a lot of stuff in advance, and we do have a lot of stuff now. And you know I love to spend money. I do love a good haul. I do get moaned at by my friend for uploading too many hauls, but I know some of you like them. That's come out quite pretty actually. Yeah, I like that. I might just have to trim that with some scissors though. Do I have any up here? I should do. Oh, I'm going to pause you because it's in the way of my light. Just got these Tim Holtz ones in the drawer. Yeah, I do need to stop buying and start using up some of the stuff that we've got instead, and just kind of get it to a bit of a more manageable level. I challenged myself to get rid of 100 things before I go back to school tomorrow, and I have filmed this afternoon that video, so I'll upload that this week. I have managed to declutter 100 things from my home in just a couple of hours looking, to be honest. I didn't even sort of go searching for it. So that was really nice, and I'm probably going to do quite a lot more decluttering this year, just to kind of just feel a little bit more peaceful in this house, because I just feel like we've got a lot of stuff. Now that we've fully unpacked, we've unpacked the loft and the sheds and things, I just feel like we've got an awful lot of stuff. So yeah, so just want to get that down to a bit more of a manageable level. So John, if you're watching, you'll be pleased there'll be a few less hauls, or maybe not huge hauls anymore. I'll still need to buy bits along the way, but yeah, there'll be a lot less of those. And that leads me very nicely onto my next goal, which John, you have created for me. John is my friend, and he moans at me for not crafting enough anymore. So my next job is going to be to craft. I'm just going to put this to one side a minute, and I'm going to cut. I've actually bought this shadow frame, which, if you're wondering why it's all dismantled, we were playing a quiz, and actually John and his wife Gemma, they did a round called Same or Justify, which was really fun. It was like a scavenger hunt, and I ended up framing a mint club. So that's why my frame is all lopsided. I'm going to take some white card, I think will be the best for this, just to pop the colours. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the best option. And this frame is 18 by 18, so I'm just going to take my Fiskars trimmer and trim that down. So yeah, so I do need to make, that's why I've spent some time today just clearing off the rest of this desk. This room was in a terrible state. It's still an absolute state behind me, but I have cleared it off somewhat. And over the next couple of weeks, I can only imagine we're going to be locked in. We're tier 4 already. Boris has got his announcement at 8 o'clock tonight, so in not that much time. And I can only imagine that we're going to go into another lockdown. So as I'm going to have so much time on my hands, I can definitely make sure I clear this room a bit more and get on with my crafting. There's lots of sort of bits I've got half an idea for and then sort of never materialised. How does that look? Oh, I like that. I'm hoping the double-sided tape will stick it enough. I wasn't sure whether to use that or wet glue. What do you think? Give me an idea through the camera. I'm going to go double-sided tape because the only wet glue I've got up here is Glossy Accents, and sometimes that stains through the things that you're using, doesn't it? Have I got a little scrap of something I can stick this to? Not really. I'll stick it to the edge of that for a minute. So yeah, so goal number 4, to recap, was craft and make John happy so that he can see me making things. I do have a couple of things I've made that I can't actually upload because they're presents. So once I've given those out, I'll be able to upload those as well. And then my next one is to save some money. We're doing quite a lot of different things to the house at the minute. You'll know kind of if you watch my hauls, the things that we've been buying for the house. We're also, my dad is going to redo our bathroom for us. We're paying for it, but he's going to fit it for me just to save on some labour costs. And he's going to be doing that in February, we believe, because our our shower actually is leaking. So that really does need to be done as a matter of urgency. And at the moment, I'm just doing a little bit of a DIY upgrade to our kitchen, which I am filming. And when I've finished that, then I will share that with you all. So I'm just kind of on a budget, just redecorating it. We are actually going to be extending the kitchen in a couple of years' time, but not for a while yet. And I hate it. I really don't like the kitchen. I don't know what it is that I hate so much. I think it's just because it seems so dated to me. And because we've put so much time and effort into some of the other areas of the house, it stands out even more now. I think that's probably how it is for me. So I'm just going to burnish these down slightly with my finger. I'm not going to use what are they called? You know what I mean. One of those plastic things that creases the spines of things. I'm not going to use one of those. A bone folder, that's what I'm thinking. Because I just don't want to knock all the diamantes off the picture. I had actually knocked something onto the desk the other day, and a load of the diamantes had come off. So I had to kind of fix that and put them all back on again. So it's going to take me a minute to line this up, I think, just to get it nice and straight on there. So we've gone through 5 of the goals, and the last one is sort of training and CPD. So in teaching, there's 1,000,001 acronyms, which are sort of when letters stand for words, and CPD is continuous personal development. You are expected as a teacher to continuously develop and to train and look at new pedagogy, look at new research. And there's a couple of books that I'd like to read. So we've got an inset coming up with somebody called Isabel Wallace, who wrote Talk Less Teaching, and that's a book that I have been recommended by my head teacher. And there's a couple of others that I'd like to read. I've read Talk for Teaching. I don't think I need to reread that one, but there's a couple of others that SLT senior leadership have recommended. And there's a few courses I'd like to do, for example, an ADHD course with the online university and a few other ones. So they are free courses, they're not paid ones, but I have been invited to do some middle management training. I'm not a middle manager at the moment, so that would be like a phase leader. I'm currently head of computing. I was interim head of maths. I'm going back to shadowing maths because the lady's coming back from maternity. So yeah, so the plan is just to kind of get that training so that if and when in the future that was to arise for me, then I would already have the training. So this has got a mount in it. I'm not sure how this will look with the mount. Let's have a look. If I just rest the back and then we'll turn it over. I do need to clean the glass from sweaty hands framing my club. But let's see what it looks like. Oh, it looks nice actually. because the frame is white, you don't really see that the picture is backed on the white. Wondering if I should have backed it in like a dark green. I don't have a dark green. I don't know why I'm suggesting that. I only have like dark green mirrored, but I don't think you'd really see it. Oh, I'm happy with that actually. I need to just clear it up. Let me grab a cloth. Oh, there was a clean one literally behind me. How handy. So yeah, so while I've been waffling, I had actually written this down in my beautiful pen that Tracy bought for me. Those are my 6 goals. As I say, they're not New Year's resolutions. I don't like making New Year's resolutions, and I haven't for a few years now because I found I broke them every year. So now what I do is I either make, like with the no smoking, when I quit 5 years ago, I quit on the 15th of January, just because then I quit. It was nothing to do with New Year, which I know might sound pathetic to a lot of people, but it just meant I stuck to it, and I haven't had a sneaky drag in 5 years, so I'm really happy with that. As I say, you know, I want to read more. I have a nice little pile here. I was watching Laura the other day, Mrs. Stationery and Stuff. She'd watched my video, and then she had in turn gone and bought some books. One of the books she bought was The Couple Next Door, which I've had this a little while, just haven't read it, so it's made me want to read that one. So I might actually read that one next, I think, actually. I've read a lot of romance books recently. I feel like I need something a little bit meatier once I go back into school, just to kind of keep me interested. To use what we have, as I say, just not have such an inventory of stuff, because it becomes a little bit overwhelming. I'm never going to be a minimalist, but I don't need to be a hoarder anymore. Craft, I promise. Save the pennies, and then, as I say, train in CPD just to develop at school a little bit more. So that is my finished picture. I'm really happy with that. I think that looks really pretty framed, actually. I think I probably would do more diamond art. Like small ones like this. I don't think I'd do really massive ones, but ones this size are quite nice. And this was from the works, so if I'm ever there again, if they ever open again, I could always keep my eyes peeled for something like that. So I'm really happy with that. I think my nan's going to love it. She's a real big supporter of my channel. My granddad was when he was alive as well. He told my cousins, and then they in turn are really good supporters of this channel. So I'd like to give that to her, just that she's got a little something that I've made. I think he would have approved of it as well if he was still with us. Yeah, so that's my goals for this year, my little picture for my nan, and yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to go and watch this announcement now. I hope you're all staying safe and that you are not feeling too overwhelmed with everything that's going on, and I will see you again soon. Take care everyone, bye bye, love to you all.